So we are getting ready to head to the beach. The weather isn't looking promising, but Shelby found a squirrel and she wants to go grab him some nuts because we bought a bag of peanuts. And he is a really curious fella. But also, I'm like, uh-oh, we are at 33%. We might have to stop and charge. He's sitting there eating it.
I have confidence I could probably get him to take this from me. Or there's 5 others over there.
Oh, he's way up there. See him? He's sitting.
I brought this in case you want it. You know they like fruit too, right?
Come here. You see him? Oh, he just jumped up.
I see him.
There's 3 of them over here. Oh. Look at them, their little hands.
Hey, buddy. He took it!
Oh, he's up.
He's eating your pineapple!
That's funny. Alright, so Shelby had to run in Target. She's getting a pair of flip-flops because she brought the wrong ones. She brought like some nicer, kind of fancy looking ones. And I was like, why don't you bring your like cheap, you know, throwaway-ish ones? Because we're going to be like on the beach and walking through who knows what. So she's grabbing a pair in here. And we are at 31% right now. It's not too hot outside, so the AC is not really cranking. So saving a lot of battery, not having this thing on high. The AC in this car is fantastic, but so it is showing. It's actually really cool. I put in Cocoa Beach, and then it tells us, you know, because we're at such a low state of charge, that we are going to stop at a supercharger in Titusville, and we're going to have 11%. That is basically, I think it's like maybe 5-6 minutes from where we're going, so it's right there at the end. But it's super cool how it just like calculates that, and it gives you an option, like we could stop sooner or we could stop later, but this one it decided was the best one for us. I just let it do its thing, and it actually went from showing us at 9% getting there to now 11%, probably because the AC went down. And yeah, so it's also cool because that will condition the battery while we're on our way there, which allows it to charge faster. I'm not really sure what it's doing. I know it like heats up the battery or cools it down, but here in Florida you would think it would already be hot, but apparently it's not, so who knows. That is the weird, it's like enclosed, but it's not enclosed.
You want me to talk for a video? I will. Okay, guys. So we're in the Ann Arbor parts of Florida.
It does look like it.
It is. If you're from Michigan, you'll know. But yeah, that's by far the oddest looking gas station. But I will say this: the coolest gas station I've been in, or nicest one thus far, is Racetrack.
Yeah, they have everything.
We don't have those around where we live. Those are nice. It looks like a filter.
It really does. Holy crap!
I took a picture because I was like, this is trippy. But yeah, it straight looks like you have a filter on. Oh. It's like a roller coaster. If you've not been in a Tesla.
And this isn't the fast one. This is like the slow base version.
I feel like it's about to storm.
Yeah, it does look like that a little bit, especially above us.
It's supposed to storm at 2. I seen that.
That was right as predicted. It would have been way more because I kept flooring it.
It says -3.
Oh, if we... Damn, we still got 30 miles to get there?
Good
Holy crap.
Lord. Well, it's about to storm. So
I was gonna say, yeah, it don't even matter.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Tells you your last paid.
So, we want to see like 250 up there. And that's showing in 1 hour, that's how much you'd get a charge. Oh, these might, no? 171, so these might be 250s. The higher the number, the better, obviously. Like, that's how much it'll charge in 1 hour. If we charge for an hour, it can give us, yeah, so this is a 250 kilowatt charger, which is the most powerful one. So these ones, technically, you don't have to skip one like that, because these ones don't share the power grid or whatever it is, however the fuck it works. But the 150s, which only charge at 150, those will split it. So like if I was here and the guy pulled up right here, it would drop down to like 75.
Ah, nifty.
But that's look how quick it charges in 1 hour.
Wow.
That what?
Are you fully charging it?
No, but it's saying we only need 1 minute of charging to
like go on our trip
to finish our trip. That's
wow.
crazy.
He really thought of it all, guys.
Look how quick it's going. We were on what, 10%?
Yeah.
Already on 15. Cool. So yeah, see, like it charged like if we were at like let's say 70 or 80%, it would probably be only charging at like 100, even maybe down to like 80.
Damn.
It's a lot slower. It's good. Nice. Beach day. Are you excited? We might get sunburned.
Honestly, I can't wait to lay out in this.
Yeah.
I won't even have to get in the water.
It's a little warm too.
Net gain. They need at least 2 hits to get in and out of this boat and to cut stuff. 2,000. To get the video with this. $2,400. And Chef Parkinson. Chef Robert, how about you want?
So at some point, I snap out of it because
Free charging in a movie.
Chef Robert has it out for Chef Robert.
The evolution of the iPhone.
Matt is going down.
Did you have all of these?
No, I think the first one I got was the 4S because we had Sprint and Sprint didn't have the first few.
We never got a 5C.
No, so, yeah, because some of them was when they started doing like the
Oh my god, I
budget
remember
ones.
this one.
Sun finally came out. my videos from the beach every year are always cloudy.
I want to see a shark. Water's really pretty.
I gotta give some context to this next clip. We stopped at Applebee's for the night because it was kind of close to our little apartment thing, and you know, can't go wrong with Applebee's. It's pretty good, and it's, you know, budget friendly too. The place is fairly empty. I mean, you know, not a lot of people because it's like 10, 11 o'clock at night, and it was like one of the only things open too in that area. Everything was closing up. He brings us to this table, and I don't think Shelby noticed it at first, but as we were walking up to the table, I'm like, I wish I could have got a picture. Oh, I guess I wish I should have got a picture when we stood up. But he sets our menus down. He's like, all right, you know, waiter will be right with you or whatever. So like, all right, thank you. Shelby shoves the table like towards me, like towards my chair, and sits down on her side. And I think she just thought that the table was like pushed, you know, farther. Because a lot of times when we sit down at a restaurant, like the table will be, if it's not like secured, it's pushed like one way or the other, like closer to one bench than it is the other. Hers was really close. I mean, there was like maybe enough room for like a small child to sit down between the table and the bench or whatever. So she pushes it out enough for her to sit down. And then I look down. I mean, I have honestly probably like 8 to 10 inches, and I'm a big guy. I've got a gut. I'm about 270-ish pounds. I look down, and then she looks, and she starts laughing because she thinks I'm joking. So I like jokingly kind of push the table back towards her, and she's like, what are you doing? And I go to sit down, and you can kind of see it, but you really can't. Like, I pull my shirt out of the way a little bit. I basically had one ass cheek on this bench, and my stomach kind of like wedged in, and there was no room because the table was all the way pushed up against her, and I didn't have enough room to get in there. So we were literally pissing ourselves laughing. Like, we were uncontrollably laughing at this because we're both like, what the F, dude? Like, you know, are they like mini tables here? Like, what the heck is the deal here? So she gets up to use the bathroom because I'm like, we can't sit here. Like, I got to ask them for a different table, or we're just going to move or something. And she was dying. She was like, I can't be here when you ask that because I'm just going to like piss my pants laughing. Dude walks back up, and like, I'm not even sitting down. Like, I'm hanging out, and I was like, man, can we get a different table? I was like, my big ass can't even fit in here. I don't know if this is like a different size table or something. And he's like, oh yeah, no problem. So, you know, moves us a couple tables down to a normal table. And, you know, plenty of room as normal. Like, the table's right in the middle, and I have like, you know, 5 inches or whatever between me and the table, and then she's got way more than that. So she comes and sits back down or whatever, and like, the guy was like concerned because he's like, you got enough room at this one or whatever? And I'm like, yeah, like, this is a normal table, of course I do. He brings 2 other families like that came in after us to that same table, and one of the families had like, you know, I'm assuming, you know, the mom, the dad, and then like 3 kids. And they did the same thing. Like the kids got in, and then mom and dad go to sit down, and they're like, you know, you see them like doing this, and then they just get up and move the table, you know, move to a different table, and then they bring another family in there, and they do the same thing. I'm like, is this dude like, is this like a running joke with the place or what? I was like, there's no way that this dude like isn't doing this on purpose. But yeah, so obviously we ended up moving tables, but this trip was back in June, and it's like July, the end of July right now, and I don't think I've laughed that hard since still. We crack jokes about it all the time, but yeah, just to give context to it because it's a really short clip.